We are at the central office today with Superintendent Larry Hook, and the word of the day is levy.
Oh boy.
Superintendent Hook, it's lovely to see you. It's been a while.
Good to see you.
So tell us a little bit about this levy that I'm hearing about.
Yes, the board has approved us putting a $2 million permanent improvement levy on the May ballot. And what that is, a permanent improvement levy is a specific type of levy where the money can only be used for capital improvement projects. Now, what is that? That's things. It's stuff that has a 5-year life or more. It would be buses. It would be technology. It would be safety and security items for the buildings, textbooks. It's anything to do with the maintenance and repair of buildings. We have over 1 million square footage of structures in our school district and over 2 million square feet of asphalt and parking lots that all need to be maintained. And this money can only be used for those purposes.
Okay.
So much like a homeowner, you have to take care of your property or the property devalues. The taxpayers in Springboro have really invested a lot of money in this school district, in facilities. 6 buildings filled with children and staff. We have multiple other buildings, stadiums, structures. Sure. We have to take care of those. To take care of those things are usually higher dollar items. And so the beauty of a permanent improvement levy is it's just for that. It's not for salaries. It's not for anything else.
Okay. That's good to know.
That's important for a lot of people. It just earmarks this money for those specific purposes. Now, I do want you to know that we are one of a very small percentage of school districts in the entire state of Ohio that does not have a permanent improvement fund. It's only about 10% of all school districts that don't have it, and we're in that group.
Okay.
So that's not really the group I want to be in, because it just doesn't make good economic sense for the health of our entire budget. Because what it forces us to do is to take these big dollar items out of our general fund and use when we have to replace a HVAC unit, which is going to be 6 figures easily, okay? Repair of concrete and parking lots and all the other stuff. That comes out of our general fund. Our general fund is what impacts the classroom.
Right.
So when you take that money away, it has a direct impact, and not in a good way, towards the classroom. So by having this fund separated, it just takes care of all the stuff that has to protect the investment of the taxpayers in Springboro.
Sure. I mean, that sounds quite important.
It is.
It really does. As a property owner in Springboro, and I'm guessing a lot of other property owners are curious, how will this impact our taxes?
Well, one of the things the treasurer and I did when we got in here is really took a good look at where we stood financially, what was ahead of us.
Sure.
And so we're kind of taking advantage of some natural drops in millage rates based on buildings that have been built. Okay? So, we're asking for a $2 million permanent improvement levy.
Okay.
That will go onto your tax duplicate January 1 of 2022.
Okay.
At the exact same time, we have a $2 million drop in the monies being on your tax duplicate that would be paying off part of a bond issue for the buildings that we've already built. So $2 million's on, 2 mills off, 0 is the net impact on your tax duplicate.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter whether you have a $150,000 home or an $800,000 home.
Right.
The impact, 2 mills to either one of those, it's the same,
Sure.
0. So I just think it's the right thing to do based on where we are in history right now. You know, we're dealing with a pandemic. We're dealing with very unusual times. We don't need to be hitting and increasing people's taxes. So by doing and marrying these two, the drop and the increase to where it's a negative, it solves a major issue that we have, but it's responsible to our taxpayers.
It sounds like it's going to be quite impactful for our schools with really little to no impact on the property owners and their taxes. Am I correct in thinking that?
You're absolutely right. That's perfect, just the way you said it. It absolutely does, because that 2 mills will allow us. Let me back up just one. There's been a lot of work looking at our facilities over the last several years.
And we have some fantastic facilities.
But we've identified a little over $30 million that we think are going to come due that we really have to get after in the next 10 years. There's no $30 million of fluff in our general fund to be able to take care of that stuff. So somehow that's going to come out and that's going to hurt kids. But if we have this 2 mills over here that can only be used for our buildings and our structures, okay, and those capital improvements, then that money over time will be able to take care of all of those needs. And so we're always going to have these buildings, so we're always going to need to take care of them. This just gives us that safety valve.
Sure.
Okay? The other great news, and I'll just throw this in too, because I'm a taxpayer here.
Sure.
Okay? It kicks the need for us to come back to people for an operating issue. It kicks that down the road.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because we're not taking money out.
Right.
You know, we were just robbing Peter to pay Paul, so to speak.
Sure.
And it's going to catch you at some point.
Of course.
But by doing this, now we've got that set aside. Just like, you know, homeowners associations, they'll have a set aside.
Right. They have a reserve.
So they've got that reserve. This gives us that reserve so that we can take care of these facilities and take care of that investment and protect that general fund.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for explaining that to me and to our viewers. How can someone help? How can someone get involved or learn more?
Well, on our website, I made a presentation to the board.
Okay.
Very simple presentation that kind of goes over the nuts and bolts of it. Go to springboro.org.
Okay.
And you can find that information. We'll also add to it as we go move towards the May 4th ballot initiative, but you'll find the facts there.
Okay.
The other thing is go vote on May 4th.
That's always great advice.
Do your thing. Be part of our community. And so I just think it's something that's wonderful about this community. It's wonderful about this country. We have an opportunity to go vote and express our opinion that way.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Well, I know we're going to head to speak to Tara Stacy, our school treasurer, and learn more about the financial aspects of the levy next. Thank you so much for your time. It's so nice to see you again.
My pleasure.
As I said earlier, it's been a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully we went through the first stages of those vaccinations. We got one done. We had over 500 people here.
That's awesome. Awesome. Congratulations on that.
Keep getting a little closer. Every day we get closer, we can put this behind.
We're rounding the corner on it. We are. I feel it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for having us, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay.